It's the Kangaroo Coach's Corner here on Chuck FM from Mike's West Side Rental. It's an important week. It's the final week of the regular season. If Weatherford wins against LD Bell on Friday night and Trinity beats Richland, then Weatherford is in the playoffs for the first time in 11 years. It's an exciting time. We'll talk to Billy Mathis and the offensive coordinator, Blake Christensen, right after this from Mike's West Side Rental.
We all know Mike's West Side Rental is the place to go for everything from digging to dancing. But don't let the name fool you. Mike's West Side Rental in Weatherford is pleased to announce that we are now an authorized full sales and service dealer for Echo power equipment and Skag zero-turn mowers. That's right, Echo trimmers, blowers, and chainsaws are all for sale at Mike's West Side Rental. Now you can own the best yard equipment on the market with the industry's best 5-year consumer warranty. And while you're at it, mow your lawn with the best zero-turn mowers available, Skag mowers. Skag is the #1 choice of professional landscapers, but they also build a great line of homeowner zero-turns as well, for lot sizes from 1 to 100 acres. Be sure to check us out online at mikesrental.com and like us on Facebook for deals and giveaways. Or just come in and see us at 449 Southwest Rick Williamson Highway. That's Mike's West Side Rental.
Kangaroo Coach's Corner brought to you by Mike's West Side Rental. We've got a special treat today. Of course, we always have Billy Mathis, the head coach of the Weatherford Kangaroos. We're also going to speak briefly with Blake Christensen, the offensive coordinator for the Kangaroos as well. Coach Mathis, let's talk about the Richland game. I looked at some of the stats and saw you had nearly 500 yards of offense, and things were clicking for a while. You had the lead for most of the game, but it seemed like the penalties that happened at certain times, at the worst times, really made things difficult there at the very end, and you walk away with a 3-point loss. Talk about the Richland game briefly.
Well, first off, the Richland team was a very explosive team. We knew that going in. Very good football team. But our boys, I was very proud of our boys. I thought we fought hard, we played hard, and we had some mistakes in there that went on. Our special teams. We had that, extra point block that they brought back for 2 points. We missed our one. There's our 3-point swing right there. We didn't cover very well on kickoff very well. And, I'm the special teams coach, and I've got to step my game up and make sure that we're better prepared next week and we do a better job on all special teams. I thought our offense did an outstanding job. Our defense did a great job. But we've got to win all 3 phases of the game. People want to gripe and complain about, some of the calls that we got. Now, there were some calls that I thought that weren't real good, but, you can't control what the refs do. You can't control the weather. So, all we can worry about is how we execute and what we do. So, the game was over. If we'd have won that game, we would have clinched the playoff spot for sure. But because we only lost by 3 because of our tiebreaker system, if we win next Friday night against Bell and Richland loses against Trinity, we're still in the playoffs. So there's a silver lining, even though, you never want to lose, but there's a silver lining there. So we're excited about this week coming up. The boys are excited, just ready to roll, ready to get it done.
Blake Christensen, the offensive coordinator, is with us today as well. Blake, one thing that we noticed in the game on Friday night is I didn't know Ken Seals run that much or could run that much or had those skills. And was that by design, or was that a lot of run-pass option where he chose to run the ball maybe more than normal?
Yeah, really it was honestly, it was a little bit of both. A lot of the run play we put in for him to have an opportunity to run the ball. Not something we've done all year. You got to, at the beginning there, you got to look at the scope of the whole season, and he's an important part of our football team, no doubt. And so we had to, pick and choose what we could let him do it from time to time. And but just, getting him more involved in our offense, with the run game has been a big bonus for us. But then a lot of it was, our sprint out type game where we give him the option to throw, but also there's the possibility of a run there if they drop back and cover everybody, and he took advantage of it when he needed to. And turned 2 big plays into touchdowns that they had us covered on, and fortunately for us, he's a hard-nosed football player, and he doesn't mind running the ball, and so he took it and went and scored and made a play.
It's the Kangaroo Coach's Corner. Now, Coach Mathis, looking at the district standings, tell me if I'm right. Haltom, Trinity, San Angelo Central, they're in.
Yes, sir.
Then you're looking at a three-way tie, potentially, between Weatherford, Richland, and Abilene. And so explain to me again how, because Richland beat you and you beat Abilene, how does Weatherford come out on top in that scenario?
Well, it goes to a point system. So since we beat Abilene by 19 and Abilene beat Richland by 7, we have 12 points in there that we're what we call plus 12 points over Richland. So Richland had to beat us by 12 points or more for us to be eliminated from any sort of playoff contention. So because we have the points on Richland, they only beat us by 3. So since we have the plus points now, if we just go and take care of business, beat LD Bell, and they lose to Trinity, we're in. So you have to do those type of things for these type of scenarios because there is no true head-to-head winner because Abilene beat Richland, we beat Abilene, and then Richland beat us. So in that three-way scenario, there's no true head-to-head winner there. So that's why, all districts do this sort of point system for this three-way tie.
If it was a two-way tie, it'd just be head-to-head and you're done.
Yep.
But because it's three-way, then you have to come up with this secondary system, and it's the point system. And it's capped out so you don't encourage a blowout, right?
Right. So it's capped out. Plus also, if there were the scenario that two teams that their points were even, then it would go to a coin flip, which you never wanted to go to. No. So luckily for us, balls in our court. We just need to go out and do what we do and play hard and play fast against LD Bell, which LD Bell offensively, they're a power run team that throw the ball well. They'll get into, we break it down, and I think we had them in over 85 different formations. So, what they do is they get you out there, they try to outflank you and try to just run over the top of you, then play action, throw the football on them. But they do both well. Coach Mike Glaze, he's a Weatherford alumni. He, the head coach over there, does an unbelievable job with them. Just a good coach. They got a great staff. Their record's not as good as what they've been playing. Of course, we're in a tough district, and they play some tough non-district games. But they've been into every game. I think they lost to San Angelo 10-2. Played Abilene tough, played Richland tough. They're a good football team, and we're going to have to go out and play our absolute best to go out and beat them Friday night.
Pennington Field?
Pennington Field, absolutely. Historic Pennington Field.
That is historic. That is a place where if you're a fan of high school football, you've been in Pennington Field, and you've seen a lot of great games there. You spoke at Christian Men's Fellowship on Monday. By the way, you did a tremendous job. So did Blake, and talking about your faith. And during that talk, I think you're answering a question. You talked about if you were to get in the playoffs, if all those things happen that you mentioned, that you'd most likely play Arlington. Is that because they're the top Division II seed coming out?
Yes, sir. They're the top Division II seed coming out of their district. I think Martin and Lamar will be the big school, and Arlington High will be the top Division II school. But they're playing for the district championship. They're 9-0 right now. So, but in 6A in the playoffs, the team that's seeded higher gets home field advantage. So, we're gonna win. We're going to win, and we'll be playing Arlington over there probably at UTA.
Assuming that Richland loses to Trinity, right, which we're all hoping and expecting that to happen. Kangaroo Coach's Corner, Billy Mathis, Blake Christensen with us today. We've seen 9 weeks of Kangaroo football. We've seen all kinds of iterations of this team. Are we going to see anything different? I know you wouldn't give away any secrets here, but are we going to see anything different as far as scheme, as far as guys who are hurt who can't play, as far as any major changes in your lineups coming Friday night?
Well, at this point in time of the season, we are who we are. We're going to get out there, and I think you're going to see more fire out of our kids, I hope, a little bit better execution out of our kids, just things to get cleaned up. So we're excited. We got a couple kids this time of year kind of banged up Isaiah Ingram's ankle's kind of hurt a little bit, but
Not broken, though, I understand.
nope, it's not broken. He's got a little ankle sprain, but he's a tough kid, so we'll see by Friday. But we're just excited for this opportunity. I know our kids had a great practice Monday morning, and this week the practice has been outstanding. It's been, everybody's flying around because these seniors, they're excited for this opportunity. If you'd have told me, at the beginning of the season, we're going into week 11 with a chance to make the playoffs, I'd have said I'd take it. So it's a tough district. I knew it was going to be a tough district. So we're just going to go do what we do. We're going to play hard, we're going to play fast, and we're going to execute well.
It would be the first time in, I believe, 11 years since the Kangaroos have been in the playoffs. I know you got to take care of one thing at a time, but we wish you the best. I don't expect this to be our last Kangaroo Coach's Corner. I expect us to talk next week. But you've been a great sport. We appreciate it. And Coach, let's meet next week and talk about a playoff matchup with Arlington. How about that?
I'm in.
All right.
See you next week.
Coach Mathis, Coach Christensen, the Kangaroo Coach's Corner, brought to you by